Most people spend their entire lives fighting battles they can see, but the battle that decides everything is the one nobody else can watch. It's happening inside your mind every single day. Every dream you've ever delayed, every opportunity you've ever ignored, every goal you've ever abandoned started with one thought. Before your hands stop working, your mind stops believing. Before your feet stop moving, your mind starts making excuses. That's why your greatest enemy isn't standing in front of you. Your greatest enemy is the voice that whispers, maybe tomorrow. Maybe you're not good enough. Maybe this isn't for you. Think about how many times you've talked yourself out of something that could have changed your life. You didn't fail because someone closed the door. You failed because you convinced yourself not to knock. You didn't lose because you lacked talent. You lost because you allowed doubt to become louder than determination. Every time you believed your fears more than your potential, your mind stole something from your future. The truth is, your mind doesn't care whether you're becoming successful or staying comfortable. It follows whatever you feed it. Feed it excuses, and it will produce limitations. Feed it discipline, and it will produce strength. Feed it fear, and it will create imaginary walls that don't even exist. Feed it courage, and suddenly those same walls become doors waiting to be opened. Stop blaming your circumstances for a prison your own thinking keeps rebuilding. There are people who started with less than you, faced more rejection than you, carried heavier pain than you, and still found a way to win. What separated them wasn't luck. It wasn't perfect timing. It wasn't an easy life. They refused to let their thoughts become chains around their future. Every morning you wake up, your mind gives you two choices. One choice says, stay where it's safe. Stay where it's familiar. Don't risk failure. The other says, grow, learn, fight, become someone you've never been before. The direction of your life is determined by which voice you obey the most. Comfort has never built greatness. Growth has never happened without discomfort. You cannot become extraordinary while protecting yourself from every challenge. You keep waiting for confidence to arrive before you act, but confidence is the reward for action, not the requirement. The strongest people aren't fearless. They simply refuse to let fear make their decisions. They move while they're nervous. They work while they're tired. They believe while the results are still invisible. That's how champions are built. Not by perfect emotions, but by consistent actions. Look at your habits. Look at your routine. Look at the promises you've made to yourself and broken. Every broken promise teaches your mind that your own words cannot be trusted. Every excuse tells your brain that quitting is acceptable. But every time you keep your word, even when nobody's watching, you build a new identity. You become someone who follows through, someone who finishes, someone who cannot be stopped by temporary emotions. Your past may explain why you think the way you do, but it does not have permission to control your future. Maybe you were criticized. Maybe you were rejected. Maybe people laughed at your dreams. Maybe life knocked you down more times than you can count. None of that has the authority to define the person you choose to become today. You are not your worst mistake. You are not your biggest failure. You are not opinions of people who never had the courage to chase their own dreams. The greatest transformation begins the moment you stop asking, why is this happening to me? And start asking, what is this teaching me? That single shift changes everything. Problems become preparation. Obstacles become opportunities. Pain becomes power. The struggle that once looked like punishment becomes the training ground for your future success. Your mind is either your greatest weapon or your greatest weakness. There is no middle ground. Every day it is creating your reality through the thoughts you choose to repeat. If you constantly tell yourself you're too late, you'll act like you're too late. If you constantly tell yourself you're capable of more, you'll begin to see possibilities where others only see obstacles. Your life follows the direction of your dominant thoughts. So stop negotiating with the version of yourself that wants to quit. Stop giving excuses a microphone while silencing your potential. Stop waiting for someone else to believe in you before you believe in yourself. Nobody can think for you. Nobody can fight your internal battles for you. Nobody can unlock the door you've been holding shut from the inside. The day you master your mind is the day your life starts changing. Not because the world suddenly becomes easier, but because you become stronger. The challenges won't disappear. The critics won't become silent. The setbacks won't stop coming. But you'll become the kind of person who keeps moving anyway. And when your mind finally works for you instead of against you, you'll realize that the greatest victory was never over your circumstances. The greatest victory was over the voice that kept telling you to stay small. From that moment on, nothing outside of you will ever be more powerful than what you've decided inside of you. Fear is a liar that speaks with confidence. It tells you that you're not ready, that you're too late, that someone else is better, smarter, stronger, or more deserving than you. The dangerous part is that fear rarely sounds dramatic. It sounds reasonable. It tells you to wait for the perfect time. It tells you to play it safe. It tells you not to take the risk because failure might hurt. And before you realize what's happening, you spent years protecting yourself from failure while also protecting yourself from success. Every time you obey fear, you give it more authority over your life. The first time it tells you not to speak up, you stay silent. The next time it tells you not to chase your dream, you back away. Then it convinces you to settle for less than you're capable of because at least it's familiar. Little by little, fear begins making your decisions and you don't even notice that you've handed over control of your future. The truth is, fear never disappears on its own. It grows when you feed it with excuses, hesitation, and overthinking. It becomes stronger every time you avoid the challenge that could make you stronger. That's why waiting until you're fearless is a losing strategy. You don't defeat fear by thinking about it. You defeat fear by moving through it. Action is the language that fear cannot understand. Your mind is like a muscle. If you never challenge it, it becomes weak. If you constantly choose comfort, it loses the ability to handle pressure. But when you train it every single day, when you force yourself to do difficult things even when you don't feel like it, your mind becomes stronger than your emotions. Discipline begins to replace doubt. Confidence begins to replace hesitation. Courage begins to replace excuses. Training your mind starts with controlling the conversations you have with yourself. Pay attention to the words you repeat every day. If you keep saying, I can't, your brain will look for evidence that you're right. If you keep saying, I'll never make it, your actions will eventually match those beliefs. But when you begin telling yourself, I'll find a way, I'll learn, I'll improve, your mind starts searching for solutions instead of surrender. You cannot expect a powerful life with a defeated mindset. The quality of your thoughts determines the quality of your actions, and the quality of your actions determines the quality of your future. Winners don't think differently because life is easier for them. They think differently because they've trained themselves to respond with strength instead of surrender. Stop running from discomfort. The workout you want to skip, the business you want to start, the conversation you're afraid to have, the skill you're avoiding because you're afraid of looking foolish, those are the exact places where growth is waiting. Every challenge is an opportunity to prove to yourself that you're stronger than your fear. Every difficult moment is another repetition in the gym of life, strengthening your mental endurance. Understand this, your feelings are temporary, but your habits become permanent. If you only work when you're motivated, you'll accomplish very little because motivation comes and goes. Some mornings you'll wake up excited. Other mornings you'll wake up exhausted. The people who rise are the ones who move regardless of how they feel. They don't ask whether they're in the mood. They ask what needs to be done, and then they do it. Your environment matters too. If you're surrounded by people who constantly complain, make excuses, and expect the worst, eventually their thinking will become your thinking. Negativity spreads faster than confidence if you allow it. Protect your mind. Be careful what you watch, what you listen to, and who you spend your time with. Your mindset is shaped by what you consume every day. Feed it wisdom instead of gossip. Feed it purpose instead of distractions. Feed it truth instead of fear. Failure is not evidence that you should stop. It's evidence that you're trying. Every successful person has been rejected, criticized, underestimated, and knocked down. The difference is they refuse to let temporary defeats become permanent identities. They treated every setback as training. Every mistake became a lesson. Every obstacle became another opportunity to build resilience. There will always be reasons to quit. There will always be people who doubt you. There will always be moments when the path ahead seems impossible. But your future isn't built during easy days. It's built on the days when everything inside you wants to stop and you choose to keep going anyway. That's where mental strength is forged. That's where character is developed. That's where ordinary people begin becoming extraordinary. Every single day, you have a decision to make. You can continue feeding fear by believing every negative thought that enters your mind, or you can start training your mind to fight back. You can keep giving power to doubt, or you can build discipline until doubt no longer controls your actions. You can remain trapped by the limits you've accepted, or you can challenge them one decision at a time. The strongest version of yourself is not waiting for perfect conditions. It's waiting for you to make a choice. A choice to stop listening to fear. A choice to stop negotiating with excuses. A choice to train your mind with consistency, commitment, and relentless action. The moment your discipline becomes stronger than your fear, everything changes. Doors that once looked locked begin to open. Mountains that once looked impossible begin to shrink. And the life you once thought belonged to someone else starts becoming your reality because you finally stopped feeding fear and started building a mind that refuses to lose. Excuses are dangerous because they sound convincing. They make you feel better for a moment while quietly stealing years from your future. They tell you that you'll start next Monday, next month, or next year. They tell you that you're waiting for the right opportunity, the right partner, the right amount of money, or the perfect conditions. But the truth is, perfect conditions never created extraordinary people. Pressure creates them. Struggle creates them. Relentless action creates them. Look around. Every successful person you admire had reasons to quit. They faced rejection, criticism, failure, disappointment, and uncertainty. They weren't given a smooth road. They were given obstacles that forced them to become stronger. The difference wasn't that they had fewer problems. The difference was that they stopped allowing their problems to become excuses. Your dreams don't care how tired you are. Your goals don't pause because you're discouraged. Time keeps moving whether you're making progress or making excuses. Every sunrise gives you 24 hours. And once those hours are gone, they're gone forever. You can waste them explaining why you can't, or you can invest them proving that you can. The decision is yours, and that decision is shaping your future every single day. Most people wait until they feel motivated before they take action. That's why most people stay exactly where they are. Feelings are unpredictable. Some mornings you'll wake up full of energy, ready to conquer the world. Other mornings you'll feel exhausted, frustrated, and uncertain. If your actions depend on your emotions, your progress will always be inconsistent. Greatness begins when your commitment becomes stronger than your feelings. Stop asking yourself whether you feel like working. Ask yourself whether your future deserves your best effort today. Stop asking whether it's convenient. Ask whether it's necessary. Success has never belonged to the person who worked only when life was easy. It belongs to the person who kept showing up when everything inside them wanted to quit. There will always be distractions competing for your attention. Social media will tempt you. Entertainment will tempt you. Comfort will tempt you. People will invite you to spend your time on things that add nothing to your future. Every distraction has one purpose: to keep you busy without helping you become better. Be careful where your energy goes, because your energy is your life. Every hour spent chasing distractions is an hour your dreams are forced to wait. Action creates momentum. The hardest step is almost always the first one. Once you begin, something changes. Your confidence starts growing, because confidence is earned through movement, not through wishing. Every task you complete reminds your mind that you're capable. Every promise you keep to yourself strengthens your identity. You stop becoming someone who talks about success and start becoming someone who builds it. You don't need to have every answer before you begin. You don't need a perfect plan. You don't need guarantees. You simply need the courage to take the next step. The road becomes clearer while you're walking, not while you're standing still. Too many people spend years trying to eliminate uncertainty when they should be learning how to move despite it. Failure isn't your enemy. Inaction is. Failure teaches lessons that success never could. Failure exposes weaknesses so you can improve them. Failure develops resilience, patience, and wisdom. But doing nothing teaches nothing. It only creates regret. Years from now, the pain of trying will never be as heavy as the pain of wondering what could have happened if you had started. Your habits are writing your future long before your results become visible. Every workout matters. Every page you read matters. Every skill you practice matters. Every disciplined decision matters. Small actions repeated consistently become extraordinary outcomes. People often celebrate the victory, but ignore the thousands of quiet decisions that made the victory possible. Greatness isn't built in one dramatic moment. It's built through ordinary actions performed with extraordinary consistency. Stop comparing your beginning to someone else's finish. Their chapter 20 has nothing to do with your chapter 1. Focus on becoming better than you were yesterday. That's the competition that truly matters. Every day you improve your mindset, your discipline, your work ethic, and your character. You're winning a battle that most people never even choose to fight. The world doesn't reward potential. It rewards execution. You may have incredible ideas, natural talent, and unlimited dreams, but none of those things matter without action. Potential is only possibility. Action turns possibility into reality. The person with average talent and relentless consistency will often outperform the person with incredible talent who never commits to the work. Take ownership of everything. Own your mistakes. Own your failures. Own your choices. Ownership gives you power, because the moment you stop blaming other people, you start recognizing that you have the ability to change your direction. Responsibility isn't a burden, it's freedom. It reminds you that your future is not controlled by your excuses, but by your decisions. There will be days when progress feels invisible. Days when your effort seems unnoticed. Days when you'll question whether any of it is worth it. Those are the days that separate dreamers from achievers. Anyone can keep going when results are obvious. It takes a different level of determination to keep working when all you have is faith in the process. Keep planting seeds even when you can't yet see the harvest. Make a decision today that excuses no longer have a seat at your table. Stop negotiating with procrastination. Stop making peace with average. Stop allowing temporary discomfort to rob you of a permanent transformation. Get up earlier, work harder, learn faster, stay focused longer. Finish what you start. Keep moving when others stop. Keep believing when others doubt. Keep building when others complain. One day people will look at your success and assume you were lucky. They won't see the mornings you wanted to quit but kept going. They won't see the nights you worked while everyone else slept. They won't see the sacrifices, the discipline, the setbacks, or the relentless action that shaped your journey. But you'll know. You'll know that your life changed the moment you stopped making excuses and started taking responsibility for every step forward. And once relentless action becomes your lifestyle, there will be very little in this world capable of standing between you and the future you've decided to create. The future you're praying for is waiting on the person you're becoming today. Too many people dream about a better life while refusing to become better themselves. They want bigger opportunity without building greater discipline. They want success without sacrifice, confidence without challenges, and extraordinary results while living ordinary habits. But life doesn't work that way. The future doesn't reward wishes. It rewards preparation. Every decision you make today is introducing you to the person you'll become tomorrow. Ask yourself one honest question. If the life you've been dreaming about arrived today, would you be ready to handle it? Would you have the discipline to protect it? Would you have the mindset to sustain it? Would you have the character to deserve it? Success isn't just about reaching a higher level. It's about becoming the kind of person who can stay there. That's why personal growth must always come before personal achievement. You cannot carry an extraordinary future with an average mindset. The habits that got you where you are today will not be enough to take you where you truly want to go. Every new level demands a new version of you. It demands greater patience, stronger discipline, deeper focus, and a work ethic that refuses to break under pressure. If you keep thinking the same way, acting the same way, and making the same choices, don't expect a different destination. Stop asking life to become easier. Become stronger. Stop asking for fewer obstacles. Become more resilient. Stop wishing for opportunities that match your comfort zone. Become the kind of person who creates opportunities even in difficult situations. The world changes for people who first change themselves. Growth is uncomfortable because it forces you to leave behind the version of yourself that feels familiar. There will be people who don't understand your transformation. Some will question your ambition. Others will criticize your discipline because it reminds them of the excuses they've accepted. Don't let their opinions become your limitations. You weren't created to fit into someone else's expectations. You were created to fulfill your own purpose. There are moments when you'll feel like giving up because the progress isn't visible. You'll wonder if all the sacrifices are worth it. You'll question whether the early mornings, the late nights, the endless learning, and the consistent effort are making any difference. Remember this. Roots grow long before the tree appears above the ground. Just because you can't see immediate results doesn't mean you're not becoming stronger. Every disciplined choice is building a foundation that will eventually support a life beyond what you can currently imagine. The strongest people aren't the ones who never struggle. They're the ones who refuse to let struggle define them. They understand that pain is temporary, but growth can last forever. Every challenge becomes a lesson. Every setback becomes preparation. Every failure becomes another opportunity to improve. They don't waste energy asking why life is difficult. They use that energy to become someone who can overcome difficult things. Pay attention to your daily habits because your future is hidden inside them. The books you read, the conversations you have, the people you surround yourself with, the way you spend your mornings, the way you respond to pressure, these small choices are shaping your identity. Success isn't created in one unforgettable moment. It's created through thousands of ordinary decisions that nobody applauds. Greatness is simply consistency practiced long enough to become your lifestyle. Don't become addicted to comfort. Comfort has destroyed more dreams than failure ever could. The moment you begin choosing comfort over growth, you begin trading your future for temporary satisfaction. Comfort tells you to sleep a little longer, work a little less, and settle for what's easy. Growth tells you to get up, stay focused, and keep moving when every excuse sounds reasonable. One path feels easier today but creates regret tomorrow. The other feels difficult today but creates freedom tomorrow. Your future self is counting on the decisions you're making right now. Imagine meeting the person you'll become 10 years from today. Will they thank you for your discipline or will they regret your procrastination? Will they be proud that you kept going when life became difficult or disappointed that you surrendered too soon? Every action is either helping that future version of yourself or holding them back. Never underestimate the power of one committed decision. One decision to stop making excuses. One decision to protect your time. One decision to develop new skills. One decision to stay disciplined when nobody is watching. One decision to believe in yourself even when the results haven't arrived yet. Big transformations often begin with small choices repeated every single day. There will always be people who tell you to lower your expectations, slow down, or be satisfied with average. Don't let average become your standard. You weren't given dreams so you could abandon them at the first sign of difficulty. You were given those dreams because they reveal what's possible when your commitment matches your potential. Keep your standards high. Keep your vision clear. Keep